What up, dudes and dudettes? So, I wanted to break from doing all these reviews of reprints. I can't tell you like how tiring it is sometimes to like do these things constantly. And it seems kind of like boring to me, like today. So I wanted to do something different. Um, when I started this YouTube, I said I would not do an opening channel. So I'm not going to open packs here. I'm going to do all my openings on Instagram. Like, that's my goal. And then, because Instagram logged videos now, thankfully. That's a new thing. So don't have to feel bad about that. I want to talk about the market because I keep hearing people like, oh my God, the dip in the market. It's like, what dip? I didn't see any dips, man. Yeah, I know some cards are like retracing a little bit. Some of them a lot, depending on like how much support they got early on and like how hyped to oblivion they were. So I'm gonna look through some eBay listings and you can decide like if there's actually a dip in the market or not, or if people are just looking elsewhere for cards. Because like I don't think that, I think that some things are stagnating, generally speaking. But when you talk about like some cards are like they're like it's a new record every day. I don't understand. So I'll show you some things. Like I went through this a little bit, but like some of this stuff like I didn't click on yet. So I'm gonna switch to cameras here, so you'll see some stuff. All right, so this is like kind of like how I review stuff. Like the very first thing that I'm gonna look at today. RDS ENSE2 Dark Magician Girl selling for $1,500. This is like gotta be a record high for this card. So I don't know why people buy this shit, like honestly, but I'm glad that people like it because that means that the market is healthy. 2K for Raigeki. This card sat for like $500 for years. Like people were not willing to pay more than $400 or $500 for it, and like I'm glad that it's finally getting the respect it deserves. It's like one of the most powerful Magic cards in the whole game, and it's like banned. I'm pretty sure you can't even play it. You should be able to play it now because like it's so slow it doesn't even matter. So I can't imagine it would matter that much. I'm not even sure why anybody graded this, to be honest. Mill 1. This has got to be a joke. Whoa. What is this? Whoa. Come on, tell me this is real. Tell me this is real. Oh my God, dude. What is this? Hell yeah. I'm all about it. Who graded this? Gold standard grading. Shit. Probably not. But alright. Amen. Amen, brother. Dude, who graded this? Good for you, man. At least they got a 10. This is what, Millennium pack? Yeah, that was actually a decent pack. I didn't mind it terribly. Yeah, these are stagnating. They're kind of boring cards, to be honest. Like, I remember them, but, like, I don't know. I remember them. They're not, like, they don't really excite me. I think the art could have been a lot better, to be honest. Let's see if the label is good here. $400 for a reprint Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. What do I think about that? Nothing good. Yeah, it's right. They got the label right, so that's nice. Whoa, somebody speed graded this. So somebody paid like $300 to grade this? Bro, people are out of their minds. What are they doing? Yeah, this looks like it came from a 2010 pack. To me. Whatever, man. $450 for that. Dude, what the... Alright. Trying not to swear. Trying not to swear. Somebody told me in the comments once that it wasn't great. Apologies. Oh, okay. URL's invalid. I wonder what that sold for. At least they labeled it right. $200 for this. $200 for a rare card. That's what we're doing now. For spirit messages. I don't think these are terribly hard to grade. I mean, in all the LON packs I've opened, which is about 100, the rares were kind of OC, like not easy to grade. I sold mine. I think I sold the ones that I had for like 50 a piece. So good for you, Sanlo 5118. Good for you. Wow. Oh, what's the actual price on this? That's what I want to know. An error. Oh, you know what it is? Man, I'm not going to be able to do it. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it without... Yeah, okay, I can do it. Come on. All right, we did it. Hold on. All right, now we should be able to see it. $11.50. Yeah, that's probably fair. Considering there's another better copy of it from the year before. Don't care about anything. Another one for $200, dude. Oh, it's the same one. You know what it is? It's the same one. I bet you it's the same one. I ain't even check. $300 for MRL Super Rares. So this is actually like funny to me because I remember vividly sitting in the airport one day talking to the chat and saying, you know, man, like MRL is such an underappreciated set. And like at the time, I think Black Pendant and Super Rares from MRL were selling for like $35, like auctioning for $35. And this was like not even a year ago. No, it was about a year ago. Maybe like a year and a half, I guess. So I don't know, like this to me is like baffling. People say there's a dip in the market and yet MRL Super Rares are selling for $300. So like I guess everything is in perspective, you know. I don't understand how you can have a dip in the market and MRL still sells for $300. I don't understand packs either, man. Like, I love the packs. Actually, I think OCG packs are a lot better, in my opinion. If you like pack art, like OCG is way better because at least like the picture of Yugi isn't the exact same damn picture every time. So these packs, like, I don't understand why people like these so much because, to be honest, like all they're doing is grading the ceiling and like the condition of the pack. Right, so when you see like the 2018, 2019 World's Attendance promos and they're graded, like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't know how much more plastic shit do you need in cases, or how much more shit do you need in a plastic case? Oh, this is Toon Chaos. Let's see what that did. I don't think I pulled one of those. I think I pulled BLS. 1,200. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, it's Stardust Dragon, so I guess. Man. What else? TP 1 pack. What a joke. So, yep. Okay, so, like, this is the kind of stuff that, like, I'm glad that we labeled this stuff right, you know? So we're getting this label stuff right, thank God. Somebody sent this in looking for a 10. Like, again, probably paid like $300 for this to get it speed graded, thinking that they were going to get it back and it was going to say 2004 or whatever. Like, I'm so glad that we're getting this down because I'm telling you, like, it's going to ruin the it's going to ruin the original market for people. Like, this actually gives people an understanding of what the hell's going on in the market. So I'm glad that this is doing right. You can even see the stars in the Eye of Anubis, like, right there. So you know this is a reprint, 120%. $200. If that guy sent it in for $300, that's like he negged $100 and lost the whole pack. Thank God. Thank God. We're doing it right. Raging Battle. Yeah, GX. Whatever. Is this original? Let's see. Let's see. I can't see. Oh, it sold for $750. Sorry. It's not going to show me on Slab Watch. I think this is original. This is actually an original card. Yeah, it is. I think so. I don't know. What does my reprint guide say? I can't remember. Guys, I don't remember what it all says. Yeah, this has got to be an original. That's cool. Actually sold for $750. That's not bad considering the 10 sells for like twice or three times that. SRL. Oh. Bro, see, this is where like I get triggered when people are like, "There's a dip in the market," right? So like this is a starter deck Pegasus card, and sorry, I lost my train of thought. First edition SDP, old ass label, $800, $800. So you're telling me like there's a dip in the market, but dudes are gonna drop 8 bills on a fucking SDP relinquished, right? Come on. So that gets me like a little upset because I know that there is a dip in the market with respect to some cards, but look at this shit. Look at this. People are buying ultra rare Cyberdark Dragon for $900. 9 bills. People are dropping $900 on an ultra rare Cyberdark Dragon. Bro, what does the box even cost? Like, this is wild to me. I can't I can't even explain it. Game with the packs. Man. Oldest trick in the book. Open the box, scale the packs, grade the light ones, sell them, make your money. It's not a bad game. It's not for me, but Japanese. Oh, sorry. Oops. Oh, I gotta go back. eBay. This is how I do it, gents. I don't know. Let's see what's for sale. Nothing good. Is that real? Oh, it's Japanese. I was gonna say. Bro, what is this? $112 for a giant Trinade, and it's got how many days left? 19 hours. Oh, okay. Oh wow, this guy's selling 2 of them. I don't think these guys are going to do really well, to be honest. Like, they're not really popular cards. Trinade was really good for a little bit once Heavy Storm was banned, but like, I don't know. I can't see it doing well. Is this even an original? It's hard to tell. It looks original, but I'd have to. I don't know. Nah, it doesn't look original to me anymore. I changed my mind. I'd have to really check my guide. Original Barrel Dragon. I remember looking at this. This should do pretty well. It is original. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you guys this. Man, look at this Probstein shit. Alright, I'm gonna go off real quick because I got triggered. Alright, so here's this TP2 box, right? How do we know it's TP2? Like, how does this guy fucking know? He doesn't. The answer is he doesn't. So we think it's TP2, like, and I say this like because I've bought multiple boxes. I bought 2. I bought 2 boxes, and the sellers were like, "Oh, this is original TP2." One of them I sold, and the other one I opened, and it was TP3. So you guys have to be careful here because these boxes all look the same. Like, there's no difference between these boxes. Between TP1 and TP5, they all look like that. So the only thing that, has any validity here is if you open the box. And you can do it. I mean, the boxes can be open and then you can reseal them with the same tape. It doesn't look any different as long as you don't rip it. And then you can check to see if it's TP2. That's the only way I know that you can actually do it. What I thought at one point was that maybe you could on the box itself, like here, you could cut like a little slat open, like you could cut a piece out so you could see, what tournament pack it was. But I've never been brave enough to try. I usually just open them. So I don't know, like buyer beware. This could be a TP3 box. I don't know what their return policy is like at Probstein, but. And I love this. Like, this is my favorite thing here. This is pack fresh, right? Whatever the fuck that means. It came out of the pack like this. It's actually a PSA case. The PSA case is pack fresh, too. Like, it came out of the box with a PSA case. When you opened the AE box, it had the PSA case in it. Pack fresh. So dumb. Sorry. I probably used that term like in the past once or twice. I'm so glad that I hate it now. All right. Yeah, Mech Chaser. Okay, that's cool. This is the first Ultimate Rare. Pretty sure. TB, Thousand Eyes Restrict is the first Ultimate Rare. Mech Chaser, yeah. Toon Summon Skull. Morphing Jar, PSA 9. Yeah, hey, there's some nice things for sale here. I like this card. I don't like GX that much, but I like this card. I like some of them. BPT Gear Freed. Nice. No, they're selling some nice things. PSA 9, Elemental Hero, or Elemental Mistress Doriado. Why? Why was this great? Why was this graded? I mean, if you collect it, like, hey, like, whatever. If you collect the cards, good for you, man. Like, I ain't gonna knock somebody for grading rare cards that they keep because, like, I keep my rare cards, but, you know, like, I don't know why you would try and hawk that on Probstein. Like, you're not gonna get a nickel for it. Yeah, and I saw this. Like, I saw people post about this. Like, this is not a Volume 1 card. I'm going to have to email PSA and be like, what the hell are we doing? Man. Damn. We missed one, boys. We missed one. All right, let's go back to... I'm going to skip around a little bit here. I'm going to put, like, maybe 5 to 10 more minutes of work into this here. We kind of went through all this. Let me skip back a little bit. These are selling for a lot now. 1,500. Fuck, not bad. Not bad. Ooh. What's this sold for? $3,700. Dip in the market. My God. I mean, look, I know some guys are going to be in the comments and they're going to be like, well, you know, like one card, like it sold for less, and like the other card, it sold for less than it was. Like, yeah, man, like in the market, like things are volatile a little bit, you know, like on a daily basis. You know, things don't sell for the same thing every time. I think expecting things to sell for like the same amount of money every time is like unrealistic. So my opinion of a stable market is one, you know, where you're not doubling and tripling things like overnight, but also you have organic growth, right, that accounts for inflation, but also accounts for the increased demand that comes in. So you're pulling in more people every day, and more people are coming in to buy more things. And particularly as people grow up and make more money, right, they have more free money to spend. So the market grows with the market that gets older, in some respect. So, you know, it's okay, like if you have a card like, I don't know, what's a good example of retracing? Mech Chaser, Morphing Jar, right? Those cards sold for less than 15K, which was the last sale points for those two cards. Got it. You know, those cards jump from like 5K to like 15K. So, like, I mean, yeah, I think they're worth like, you know, between $8,000 and $12,000 a piece, I guess, because like even Jar sold for like $8,000. So, you know, yeah, things are, you know, adjusting, and that's okay. You know, it's not terrible, but it's not like the market is bottoming out. Granted, I'm looking at PSA 10s, right? So maybe that accounts for less. Maybe that counts for less in my argument because I'm only looking at 10s, which don't generally bottom out. Man, you've got to be kidding me. This really sold for $600? I can't believe it. Bro, Korean Unlimited has got to be the trashiest trash. Like, I mean, I don't mean to put it like that. Like, that's kind of harsh, but this has got to be like the worst investment of all time. When you're buying Yu-Gi-Oh and you go to Unlimited Korean, like, and you spend $600 on this, like, bro, they're still making these cards. They're still making them. And they come out pretty good from what I understand. That's something you don't see every day. TV4 Super. Man, these are like nothing. Nothing. That's crazy. And the pops are pretty low, I think, on these. They're like under 20, something like that. I saw this. This is a steal. This is a steal. This card used to be really popular, I think, back like a while ago. I think people played. Is it anti-spell fragrance? Yeah, for sure. This is something I would keep an eye on. PSA 10 Starlights. DT, don't care. What did they sell for? I think I already looked at this before I did this. Yeah, I did. I remember. $2,000. Or 1,800. $1,800. Wow. I almost don't believe it. It could be fake. This shit, hard to believe because, like, I remember owning one of these and I couldn't even sell it for like $45, which is crazy to me. $1,000. Is this original? Let's see. Yeah, I think it is. I'm not convinced anymore. No, it is. It is original. Yep, it is. I know because the D in the reprints is right underneath the bracket. So this is original. $1,000. Not bad, not bad. Shit, man. This triggered somebody in my group. It's OC. Sold for $300. Man. A lot of modern stuff is doing well. This is pretty cool. I want to see this. This is something you don't really see a lot. Monster Reborn's come up for auction. Yeah, Glossy Reborn. Oof. Man, I can't wait for all the dudes in the comments to be like, this is a PSA 7. Look at that white speck down there. $6,600. Jeez. Considering, like, that Dark Magician's probably over 10K and Red Eyes is over 10K, like, this is not terrible. I think Exodia Head's what, like $8,000? Something like that. Let's look. We can check out LOB sales for like the last 5 minutes of this. Let's do first ed. Nah, let's not. Let's have fun. Let's go see all the reprints. How about that? Yeah, let's see. All right. What is this? $300. Right? The original? Nope, it's a reprint. See that D? Right underneath the bracket. It's a reprint. Hard body. These would be like, look at the name, I can tell. Like, I can't tell based on the name. That name, it could be either one. But that D is under the bracket, it's a reprint, 100%. So whoever bought this, you bought a reprint. I'm sorry. $250 for a fucking reprint. Jeez. Jeez, man. Yikes. PSA 6, $2,900. What does a PSA 6 even look like? Come on, buddy. Damn. It's like that, huh? Oh, look at that corner. Yuck. Yeah. That seems like a lot, though. I mean, I don't know if that's retracing or not. I expect 9s to retrace. 9s and 8s, for sure. To do a little retracing. This is definitely a reprint. You can tell, like, right off the bat. Look at this. I don't even have to look. Yeah. Reprint city. There's no way. Yeah, no way. My God. Look, guys, don't get mad at PSA too much, okay? We're doing our best. I really did try and help them. And they really are making a difference. They're at least labeling some of the cards. So, you know, if not, all of them would be labeled 2002. $80 for a PSA 9, dude. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, my God. What are people doing? What are you doing? Why would you do this? Good for you, man. Hey, you know what? Where's the dip? Hashtag where's the dip? Bundle. Yeah, I saw this auction. $3,500. Comes with like a basic ass like lay down of Blue Eyes. What does it have? AE, SDK, LOB, OG. Is it really an OG LOB though? Let's make sure. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's an OG card. Yep. Jeez, dude. 3K for something like this. Crazy. Where is the dip? Unlimited wavy? Let's see if this is actually wavy. Press X for doubt. That might be wavy. It might be a reprint. Oh yeah, dude. That's a fucking reprint. There's no way. This looks like a reprint to me, to be honest. Yeah, it is. Look at how close the H is to the border. Yeah, press X for doubt, bro. Nice. Nice job, dude. That's awesome. I'm happy for him. Good for him. You know what they say. Yep. Reprint City. Wavy. Unlimited. 2017. $1,300 for a PSA 8. This might actually be wavy. Let's see. Oh yeah, it is because it's first edition. So of course it is. $400. Not bad. That's actually, I don't know if that's good or not, to be honest. I have no idea. I don't keep tabs on a lot of this stuff anymore. It's just so much, you know. It's just, yeah, glossy for sure. Reprint. Oh, they did it right. Look at that. They did it right. See, when they do it right, it sells for like $100. Yep, they got it right. 2010 to 17. We did it. We did it. YouTube, we saved one. We saved a dude. Look at that. My God. No way. No way. You're kidding. $600, dude. Oh my God. Where is the dip? Where is the dip? Bro, I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. $600 for a dark hole, for a PSA 9 wavy dark hole. And people are like, the market. Oh my God, the dip. Look at the dip in the market. Oh my God, look at the dip in the market. $600 for a first edition dark hole PSA 9. Come on, man. Where are all the... Oh, good. Look at this. What? I love that, like, this guy puts PSA BGS AGC in his title so that he can get all the clickbait. That's awesome. Bro! Oh my God, dude. You can't be fucking serious. You can't be serious. People are paying $400. Bro, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Dude, I can't wait until PSA's like, they upcharge people for fucking sending skulls into PSA. Sir, I'm sorry, you got a PSA 10 on your Skull Servant? We upcharged you. It can't be submitted as bulk. Your common Skull Servants are no longer bulk, folks. No longer bulk. Good for Troll and Toad, man. Look at that shit. That's fucking awesome. I'm amped. I'm amped. Oh my God. That's so awesome. $2,800, bro. See, and I remember buying vividly remember being mad that First Ed LOB Blue Eyes was $45. $45 for near mint. Vividly remember being mad that and corrected art were $45 for near mint. Just let that sit in your stomach for a little bit. Let's see. Oh man, there's more. Fuck, how much longer do I want to make this video? Not much longer. PSA 9. Fuck, man. Alright. Oh my god, dude, you can't be serious. $280 for commons. We've done it. I mean, we've made it. This has got to be peak common like lifestyle, right? You now can make money submitting commons. Like, it makes sense to send commons into PSA for $20 a common at this rate because, you can sell your 9s for like $90, $80, and you can sell your 10s for $350. Jeez, man. God. And like, dude, look, 364 for fucking short prints. That's a super short print. Oh my god, 350 short print. Oh my god, unbelievable. Bro, and I thought I was out of my mind for paying $60 for the last common that I needed to complete my set. PSA 9, $9,100. See, so like this is like, I tell people this once in a while when people are talking about like PSA 9s retracing and PSA 10s like retracing with them. Like, just because a PSA 9 retraces like to $9,100, which I don't think is much of a retrace, to be honest with you, because I never really believed that 9s were worth like $25K to begin with. So when you have a 10 sell for 80 grand, right, between 60 and, let's just say 60 to 80 grand, right? Everybody can be happy now. Between 60 and 80 grand, and you got a 9 that retraces from 15K to 9K, right? What does that actually mean, right? Because what the market is doing is it's telling you something. PSA 10s are going to outpace PSA 9s, right? The factor of 4 that we used to say used to be a factor of 3, right? So people would say, oh, well, PSA 10 is worth 3 times a PSA 9. Then it was 4 times a PSA 9. Now it's like almost 8 times a PSA 9. And that's not surprising to me, not even a little bit, because PSA 10 population growth at this point is going to be a lot harder to see. What I'm trying to say is we're not going to see a ton of PSA 10s come in and out of PSA. One, because they're paying more attention to the cards that come in, especially some of the higher end cards. It's not population control, because that implies that it's intentional. It could be unintentional, right? So you say unintentional bias, right? So when you have like a Blue Eyes, for example, when it comes across a dude's desk, that dude like is more attentive to that card because he knows what it is. So I don't think that it's like population control necessarily speaking. I think people just pay more attention to the cards that they recognize. So talking about unintentional bias, right? So I think that, this $9,100 mark for Blue Eyes is fine. I mean, I don't have an issue with it. Yeah, it retraced from like 15K to 9,100, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the market is crashing or going to crash or that there's going to be this huge correction underneath it. I think that what we see based off of what we looked at in the last 25 minutes is that, the market is growing in other areas. And so I think what you saw is, if you consider the market to be like a circle, right? Or at least that the market wants to maintain a circle, right? A perfect circle in some cases. You see a bulge come out, right? And that's LOB. And so now what the market is doing, the rest of the market, which is the rest of the circle, the other 359 degrees of that circle, is catching up to that LOB bulge. So the expansion of the market is continuing, generally speaking. And the rest of the things that like were overhyped are retracing a little bit as the rest of the market catches up to it. So I firmly believe that. And I think that, LOB was the place where a lot of people came back and wanted to look, because a lot of the people that came back recognized Yu-Gi-Oh! As something like Magic or Pokemon. And so they immediately went to what they knew from Magic and Pokemon, which is base set and alpha. So they went to LOB, because LOB is the first set that there ever was made. And so people put money into LOB first because that's what they knew, and what they ended up doing was buying into their own hype. So, I mean, And that's okay. I mean, markets ebb and flow. So, there are always going to be winners and there are always going to be losers, and that's the way it goes. So I don't think that this is like indicative of a market that's going to crash. Like I can't tell you I can't tell you how many people like have told me that this is the time to sell. Now's the time to sell. Everyone, the market's going to crash. Like the market crash is coming, bro. It's never, ever, ever come. It's never come. I've never seen it. Like we've been peaking like a guy on acid for like 5 years, for 5 years almost. Like since 2016 and on, we've been peaking. Because I mean, as far as I can remember, back in 2015, 2013, when LOB boxes were like $150 in 2011, the market has continued to grow. So I don't think that the crash is coming, because everybody who tells me the crash is coming also tells me that they're going to buy back at 30%. Both of those things can't be true. You can't have a whole market of people wanting there to be a crash and the market crash and they all want to buy back at 30%. It's not going to happen. So I think that, there is a arbitrage or arbitrage, whatever people call it. I'm probably saying the word wrong. Right? There is a place to buy, sell, trade. Like you can sell your LOB Blue Eyes for 15K, come back, rebuy and stuff like that. But I think that, it's worth considering that if you sell a card, it might not be cheaper in a year and a half from now when you come back. So anyways, I don't know where this dip is. Like, so I've seen some cards that retrace, but the general market dip, like I can't find it. So, I mean, if you want to argue with me in the comments, you certainly can. But, we've seen like even sealed product. Like sealed product hasn't dipped at all for the most part. I mean, yeah, LOB boxes sold for 50K and then they sold for 30K and, but I mean, I don't know. Where's the dip, man? All right, argue with me in the comments. Hopefully this was a better change of pace from doing those reprint guides. So I will do more of them. It's not like I'm going to give up on doing them completely. But I just wanted to do something different today because I was kind of tired of doing all the reprint guide stuff. So hopefully you liked the video, and I will catch you later.